All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron Michael Eschenburg back here again to bring you a Libra new moon eclipse, solar eclipse horoscope take two. Now, yesterday I put out a video which is about 42 minutes long. It's a lot of information talking about this solar eclipse. It's a lot of information talking about the South Node in Libra, conjunct the new moon, of course, the sun and the moon. The sun being the hero of the story, us, the operating system behind the scenes, behind the curtains of the eyes, and our moon, which represents our emotional well-being. Right? Both of these conjunct the South Node of letting go. Letting go of what? Letting go of other people's BS, other people's problems, other people trying to drag us down into their muck, other people trying to bombard us with their agenda, their story, their purpose of being here on this planet. The North Node is over across the way on the other side of Aries. Of course, the nodes are always perfectly across from each other. So the North Node in the sign of Aries conjunct Chiron, which is about healing of oneself, and conjunct Eris, which is how we deal and perceive information when it's given to us, right? So here's information given to you. How do we go about in dealing with it? Do we react immediately? Do we respond? Do we jump on the bandwagon? Do we say, okay, let's go? Do we process it? There's no right or wrong here. It's about how you deal with information. So again, yesterday's video was kind of long. I'm going to try to break it down into a little bit of a smaller if we can, video here, and we'll post the other one. It'll be up right about here-ish, somewhere at the end of this video. So the main theme of, to me, this eclipse here, and I'll come to the chart for a moment, is manipulation. Okay, the cardinal air sign of Libra deals with manipulation, not only just balance and justice and all of this, but when it's imbalanced, manipulation is the key word here. All right. Now, other people, this is a balance between self and others. And over here with self, again, we have Chiron, healing of self, and Eris, healing how we perceive self, healing how we perceive information, healing of how we perceive ourselves, healing of, we're good enough, we're smart enough. I think I can. We're the little engine that could, right? That's what the energy that wants us over here to be so full of our own light in a good way, not unhealthy egotism, but good, healthy self-love, healthy self-acceptance, and that we need to be, with the horse blinders in a certain sense, so focused on our goals, our agendas, the things that we need to accomplish here on this life. Tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not guaranteed to myself or anyone that's alive on this planet. So if we're living somebody else's agenda, if we're living somebody else's story, somebody else's purpose, somebody else's emotional whatever, the less we are doing what we need to be doing. Okay, this is extremely important. Now, other people want a couple of different things from you. Okay, we want your time, we want your energy, and we want to affect your mental, emotional, or spiritual well-being. All right. Other people, social media, the news, social media and the news, other people in general want your time, your attention. They want to alter your mind, your emotions, and your spiritual well-being. Okay. This is everybody. This isn't just some, this is everyone, including myself. I am here in a co-collaborative way to affect your energy, to affect your mind, to affect your personal spiritual well-being, right? This is collaborative and cooperative, to where what I want to help and give you is insight. And now you can take this insight to, in turn, live a better life. Some people want to get your attention, take your attention, and make you feel a certain way. I want to make you feel a certain emotion so that you can help my cause, my agenda, fill my pocketbook, whatever it may be. It's not the case with this, right? There's a reason why that this channel doesn't monetize as of right now, which I could have quite a long time ago. I didn't want to monetize so that way I could give something back to people without it having to be a trade of monetary goods or anything. This is just pure, right? So when we look at a tree, You can look at that tree in its pure raw form and accept the tree as it is, allow and accept, which is a great energy to be. You can look at that tree and you can say, I want to use that bark, that wood, to make medicine. I want to use that bark, that wood, to make a violin. I want to use that bark, that wood, to make a boat to sail across the seas. This is a form of manipulation, okay? We can look at Play-Doh, the dough itself in its natural form, and any sort of playing with it, whether you're molding it into a little elephant, whether you're molding it into a candlestick, or you're molding it into a sword or a bat, you know, it could be something of playfulness, or it could be something that can hurt somebody else. You see, all of these are a form of manipulation. So we have to be aware of our own manipulative tactics involved here. Right? You know, it's like the astrologer or anybody on YouTube's like, share, subscribe now. It's just like, okay, they're implanting a seed into your mind, telling you to do something. Now it's up to you if you think it's a positive thing to do or not, but this is all a form of manipulation. Now, people do this consciously or unconsciously. They do it for the good, for the collective good, in a collaborative, cooperative way, or they do it in a negative, manipulative way. So that way it's like you're doing your thing, right? I'm not walking up to people on the street saying, listen to my astrology, listen to my astrology. You know, we've found each other just through the grace of the internet, and we have something common in interest, which is astrology. And somehow my tags on YouTube have created this algorithm for you to find this channel, right? So oftentimes our parents, children, lovers, co-workers, bosses, employees, colleagues, associates, or whatever can use different ways of verbal manipulative tactics to get us to do something that we may or may not have wanted to do. And they can dig their little claws in us and say, oh, you know, the bit of martyr energy, which is more of a Cancer energy, but with Mars here in Scorpio, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, we can still use this water energy in a sense of martyrdom. Like, I've done this and this and this for you. Look at all the things I've done and created for you, and done this and that and the other thing. And I've taken actions to move forward in this and this. And what have you done for me? You know, this is a way for me to guilt trip you into doing something that you may not want to do. And people can do this all the time. Like I said, our parents can do this, our bosses can do this. And if we're not careful, if we're not hip to it, if we're not sly to what's going on, we get wrapped in, we get pulled in, and then our energy doesn't feel right. Our alignment of our own mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being, our own personal alignment feels off because we're no longer in alignment with that of which we want to desire to do, because we're being pulled into somebody else's thing. Now, if this was a normal Libra new moon, this would not be the case with this. This would be talking about working with other people and stepping outside of our comfort zone and being a little bit less selfish and saying, you know, maybe I don't want to do this thing right now, but all this, my friends are doing it, and I love my friends, and I'm going to step outside of myself. I'm going to step outside of my comfort to go do this thing, right? This would be like, that would be maybe my normal astrology post with this Libra new moon, especially considering Mercury's there as well. You know, it's like communication with friends, communication with others, golden tongue wisdom. Somebody might say something to you that you're feeling very deeply or passionately that you didn't quite have the words to say. And them speaking it out into the universe all of a sudden creates this beautiful alignment with you, right? So here's some tips that we can do to help us to disassociate or not involve ourselves with some of these manipulative tactics or some of this stuff that's going on, to bring ourselves better in alignment with the North Node, bringing us better in alignment with our own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. One is about detachment. Detaching ourselves from social media, detaching ourselves from news outlets, detaching ourselves from groups in a certain sense that have a group mentality. If everybody is swayed and going about this thing, if a group is very forward thinking, it's like think for yourself kind of a group, and we can sit here and socialize with each other, that's a pretty good group. That's normally not the case. Normally it's just like we all have to think this certain way. We all have to wear these certain things in a certain sense. We have to come to some sort of agreement on at least this foundation for us to get together, right? What's important, why I'm saying this is we need to get rid of this group herd mentality. It's not group herd mentality right now. It's you finding why you're here and alive on this planet. It's you coming into an alignment with yourself, And the more that you're in alignment with yourself, okay, when you're doing your thing, when you have your horse blinders on, it's not saying don't care about other people, but it's saying being so invested into yourself, so invested into the things that you're doing and accomplishing, and it's knowing that the things that you're doing and accomplishing are good for other people, right? The work that you want to do, the progress that you want to make in your life, the things that you want to accomplish is most certainly not solely selfish, right? So when you accomplish these goals, other people get, they're like along for the ride in a certain sense, right? The more I can achieve here on this astrology channel, the more I can do this work, blah, 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 the more I can do these avenues and reach more people. When I can reach more people, then we have an abundance, all right? Slightly drifting there. So let's see if I can bring it back. If we're so focused on our tunnel, all right, the horse blinders are on, we're connected with source energy. This is a beam of light, okay? Our tunnel of light is extremely important. The more that we're focused on that of which we love, want, and desire, and right now Virgo is in Venus, which means be very specific on that of what you love, want, and desire, as well as let me come back here because this is really coming through very strongly right now. Any addictions, things that are going on right now as far as evading reality goes, it's not the time. It's time to like get off of the addiction train, get off of whatever's going on that you're evading, escaping reality. Virgo and Venus, Venus and Virgo, can certainly be like a love for drugs, a love for feeling a certain way, a certain feeling. And then with Saturn here in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, escapism, using drugs to escape reality, using video games to escape reality, using those things that we love to escape reality. This is not the energy. Saturn is here opposing Black Moon Lilith, opposing Venus, saying we have to get it together. Saturn is here in the sign of Pisces, trying to get it less evading, like our dreams are great, but we can't live there. We live this fantasy. We live this fantasy so much that it's messing with the reality of the situation. Okay. Now, moving on from that, we have to be so involved in a certain healthy aspect of ourselves. Whatever your passion is. I love astrology. I love photography. I love doing this. Okay. And I'm going to meet other people who are passionate about astrology, who are passionate about photography, who are passionate about filmmaking, who are passionate about mind expansion or philosophy. Okay. We stay focused on the things that we love, want, and desire. And the more that we go down that avenue, the more abundant that avenue can be, because we're not going left and right and constantly having to like dart to the sides. It's like if there's a lot of like people will tell you like their tips for a better day. It's just like block your emails. Don't if I sit there and respond to every single text, every single email when it comes through. If I'm doing a task at hand, if I want to do this astrology video right now, and every time my phone rings, it goes bleep, 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 and I say, okay, hold on one second, everybody, let me respond to this person, and then now I'm going to get back to you, and then bleep, 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 and now I'm going to respond to this person, and then I'm going to get back to you, and we're going to talk about astrology, and then my phone rings again. I'm going to keep getting distracted by the phone, by other people wanting my time, attention, energy, whether it's healthy manipulation or not, that's to be determined, right? I'm being distracted by this device right now, and the focus at hand is creating this astrology video. So I need to be so focused on that there's nothing else is going to distract me. So then when I can do this fully and give to you fully, we create an abundance in this space. Okay, I'm less distracted by these outside things, which means I can give properly to this. And if we're giving properly to this, which means what in the universe? Well, if we can give to this garden, if we can give fully to this garden, we're giving it light. We're giving it the sun. We're giving it the clouds and the shade coverage that it needs, so it's not getting burnt up by the sun. We're gonna give it its rain so that it can flourish and grow, and then we're gonna give it the sun again, right? And then so we're gonna give it all the elements of nature, all of these things that it needs to be a healthy environment. The same goes with whatever we're doing. If we stay focused on our task at hand and give it the proper light, the proper coverage, the proper time, the proper water, the proper love, whatever it is, that avenue will certainly grow. This is the law of attraction. This is physics. This is science. That's how it works. But the more that we are distracting ourselves by listening to other people's things, and it's not saying that we shouldn't listen to other people. It's not saying that we should ignore other people's problems, okay, because we're so fixated on our own. Again, it's balance. That's part of the balancing scales of Libra, this is balance. And part of astrology is paradoxical. That's just how life is. And there's nothing we can do about it, right? Now, on the flip side of that, when you are so focused on what you are doing, when you are so focused on your mission, you're going to meet other people that are also interested in your mission. You're going to meet other people that have the same values, that have the same goals in mind. You're going to meet other people that have the same, achievements that they want to accomplish. All right? So then we funnel all this energy and all of these focusing on this, and we're going to meet all these people. And while we're focused on this one agenda, astrology, okay? And let's just talk about astrology right now. This one focus is astrology. And if it's the only thing right here, and we're going to meet all these other people that talk about astrology, and then we get together and we learn and we expand and absorb this information, and we imprint each other through storytelling through the stars. We create an impact and imprint on other people's lives. That's manipulation in a positive or a negative way. It's to be determined up to the individual. All right. So when we do this, we're making an impact on people's lives. We're making an impact with other people. This is where the sun and moon come in together in Libra. We're making an impact with other people. You find your tribe. You're calling your tribe in right now because you're focused on what you need, and other people are focused on what they need and what they want to accomplish in this life. So by the law of attraction, you're going to come together and you're going to find an abundant group of similar like-minded individuals that have a same goal and something to accomplish. And being humbly, respectfully grateful for those individuals that are on your path. Being humbly and respectfully grateful for the predecessors that led the way on that path is extremely important. It's just as important as having those blinders on by not getting distracted by other people's problems, is by being so appreciative of the people that have done the work previously to us. I'm so thankful to all the astrologers out there that I was able to absorb information from all those brilliant people that were able to write those books, to create a website on, the internet, and I can type in Astrology Cafe or Astrology King or whatever all of these crazy, astrology things are these days. That you can look up, but you can find information to, right? I'm so very grateful for the engineer that created solar fire, for me to be able to sit behind my computer. I'm so incredibly grateful for the brilliant engineers that created this camera in front of me, the lens, the TV monitors that I have, the microphones. I'm so incredibly grateful for all of these people and these technologies that created all these things for us to do this right here. Right? So there's a lot of other people that are in our journeys, that are on our path, that we come into an alignment when we have these horse blinders on and we're focused and fixated on our thing. We're focused and fixated on our thing, which means we're shrouding out less noise from the outside sources. We can stay more focused on the task at hand. And at the task at hand, we can look at all the tools and all of the things, all of the people that have helped us get to where we are. Give them a shout, call them, send them an email, say thank you. My friends, this is absolutely beautiful, beautiful energy right now. This is one of the most powerful solar eclipses that we've had in a very long time. This is way over the 2017 Leo solar eclipse. Like, that may have been in the United States, like, visibly seen as far as impact on a personal and social level. What's happening tomorrow at 1:54 to 2:54 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time is phenomenal. I hope you've been feeling this good energy coming up this week. Again, if I don't even know if this video is any shorter, if you want a deeper dive, check this one out right here. My friends, I love you. I wish you enough. Happy eclipsing. We'll see you next time.